All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick on the Power. So the first story I have for you guys is Arnold Schwarzenegger's son, Joseph Baena. So as you guys know, Joseph Baena announced a couple months ago that he was planning on competing at some point in the classic physique division. He wanted to kind of pursue the same route that his father did and start actually doing shows. So he said he's going to be working with Mike O'Hearn, and that he's not going to compete right away. He wants to take some time to really focus on growing his physique and building up something that would be impressive when he does actually compete. So recently on his Instagram, if you guys want to follow him, his Instagram username is ProJoe2. He posted a video of him posing, specifically a video of him hitting the front double bicep pose, and also a video of him training arms on that same Instagram post. So Joseph is 21 years old, and it looks to me like he's made a pretty significant amount of progress with his physique during the time that he started training to actually compete. I mean, his front double bicep looks pretty good. I'm assuming at this point he is still a natural bodybuilder. He doesn't look to me to be taking any type of gear. And I think what we're seeing so far is very promising. I mean, a lot of people are wondering, how far are Arnold Schwarzenegger's genetics going to carry over to one of his sons that decides to pursue bodybuilding? Because really none of his other kids have gone down that route. Joseph will be the first one to actually do a bodybuilding show or a classic physique show. And again, Joseph Baena is the son that he had with that housekeeper notoriously a few years back. So this is not one of the children that he had with Maria Shriver. So I, for one, am definitely looking forward to seeing Joseph's physique evolve over the next couple of years and see what he's able to bring to a competitive bodybuilding stage, because everybody kind of wants to know the answer to the question, what's Arnold Schwarzenegger's son going to look like? So I wish him the best of luck in pursuing bodybuilding. And of course, when he does that show, we're going to cover it here on this channel. So the next topic I wanted to discuss was Big Ramy. So I've had more people send me this video of Big Ramy than really any other video this week. And it was a pretty interesting video. It's the first posing video he's released really post-Olympia. And the first posing video he's released since he's had his new coach, Neil Hill. Now, granted, they just started working together, so it's not like he's really implemented anything from that new coach that would significantly change his physique yet. And a lot of people are sending me this video saying that Big Ramy looks bigger. He looks like he's just as big as he was at the Olympia, if not even bigger. They think he's not going to downsize because he's kind of proud of this posing video where he looks massive. Now, first of all, I think it's noteworthy that this video doesn't actually say in the description when it was taken. This could have been a couple weeks ago. It could have been before the Olympia, but we're assuming this is the most recent posing video of Big Ramy. So the first thing people tend to notice when they send it to me was the size of Big Ramy. Now, the second thing a lot of people sent to me, which I didn't notice the first time I watched it, was on the back of his right arm, right around the tricep area, towards the down towards the elbow. There's like some white spots on his arm, and then there's like a white spot on his right, kind of hamstring glute area. And people were sending this to me speculating on what those white spots might be, whether they were injection sites for, gear, synthol possibly. I don't know. I honestly have no idea what those white spots would be. I didn't even notice them the first time I watched it, but a lot of people were pointing that out to me, that it was odd that he had these white spots on his arms. It really could be anything, guys. I mean, let's not jump to any extreme conclusions here. Now, I'm sure Big Ramy's not denying any gear use, but I doubt any pro bodybuilder would post a posing video with, noticeable injection spots covered with whatever in that posing video. I doubt that's what it is. But it very well could be. But let me know in the comment section below if you guys know what this is or have an idea of what that could be. Because honestly, I'm not going to act like I know because I have no idea. But I do hope the best for Big Ramy. I hope he brings his best package in 2019. I hope he brings in that conditioning, and I hope he's very successful. I really do wish the best for him. And if you didn't catch my last video, Big Ramy's next show is looking to be the 2019 New York Pro. That's the best guess that we have so far based on what his coach has said. That will probably be the next time that we see Big Ramy on stage because he does have to requalify for the Olympia. Now, the next topic I have is about Dorian Yates. So Dorian Yates just released the paperback version of his autobiography. Now, this is something I'm very interested in and very excited about. I'm a big fan of bodybuilding books, especially autobiographies. I think there's a lot of details in these books that are extremely fascinating, things that you wouldn't otherwise learn about these bodybuilders. And I know in the age of social media and videos and instant information, a lot of people don't like to read books anymore. But I still really enjoy reading books, so I ordered this book actually. He came out with two different versions of this book. So there was a collector's edition, which was about $100 or €100, I should say, which is roughly like 115 US dollars. So that version is signed and numbered. But again, that's relatively expensive for a bodybuilding book, to be honest with you guys. Most people probably aren't going to buy that. But I did buy that version. But recently he finally came out with the mass market paperback version. So the paperback version is 25 euros, which is roughly 28 US dollars. And the shipping, if you live in the United States, is about 12.50 euros, or roughly 15 US dollars. So somewhere between $40 and $45 would be the total cost for just the paperback. But for those of you guys that aren't going to pay the $100, collector's edition, this is a good option for you guys. Now, next up, we have an interesting post from Neil Yoda Hill. So again, Neil Hill is the guy that's going to be coaching Big Ramy for the 2019 season. And he's been the guy that's been coaching Flex Lewis for basically his entire career. So he posted up this photo of Flex Lewis, and he said the interesting thing about this photo, taken on November 25th, 2018, is that Flex Lewis hadn't trained for 8 weeks, or at least hadn't trained consistently, and he hadn't been eating, like a bodybuilder typically eats for those 8 weeks. So 2 months post-Olympia, Flex Lewis basically shuts it down, and he, basically focuses on his health and takes care of his body in that rebound phase from the Olympia, which I think is a very smart move, by the way. Also considering the fact he has until the 2020 Olympia, which is when he intends to compete in the men's open category at the Olympia. So he has a long, long offseason ahead of him. So I think it's a very smart move of him to take this time to really let his body relax and recover. But the amazing part of this photo, obviously, is how good Flex Lewis looks for having not trained or eaten right in 2 months. So that just goes to show what supreme bodybuilding genetics look like, even when the bodybuilder stops training. So the final topic of this video is going to be about Jerry Ward, and specifically his video about me and then his follow-up video about me. So to give you guys some frame of reference, about a week ago, I posted a video about YouTube channels, specifically fitness YouTube channels, dying or seeing a decline in views. And in that video, I went through the analytics of several different fitness YouTubers and talked about their views declining and why I thought their views were declining. And in that video, I also mentioned Jerry Ward because he made a video talking about his views going down, and he thought, it might be time for him to leave YouTube. And in that video, I basically said I thought he should change up his content a little bit, maybe do something different, because his content had been the same for so long. And I can see why he would take offense to that. I understand maybe I worded that criticism a little bit too harshly. So he made a response video to that video, which I thought was fair. I made a video mentioning him. He can make a video mentioning me. But in that video, the majority of the video wasn't even about my video. It was about the Super League thing and how he felt that I stole this Super League story from him and leaked it without permission from Super League, and effectively kind of ruining Super League and the surprise of Kai Greene. So to fill you guys in, back around the 2017 Olympia, there was another event that was happening the same day, and that event was called Super League. Now, the intent of this event was to be a rival type of sport to bodybuilding, to be kind of a rival to the IFBB, which is probably why they held it on the same day as the Olympia. Now, in addition to holding it on the same day as the Olympia, they also did something that clearly the IFBB wasn't going to like. They had Kai Greene signed under contract to them, when of course pretty much every bodybuilding fan, and probably the Olympia promoters included, would like to see Kai Greene come back to the Olympia. But instead, there's this big announcement that Kai Greene was going to be signed to Super League, and nobody really knew what exactly Super League was or to what capacity Kai Greene would be involved with them. So it was a really big story. So how does that relate to Jerry Ward? So essentially, Jerry Ward and I had the same contact at Super League. I'm not going to say who it was, but we had the same person telling us kind of the same things. This person was promising us both interviews and just various perks if we promoted Super League. And this particular contact, he contacted me. He's directly involved with Super League, directly involved with the Kai Greene thing, and he is a representative of Super League. And he contacted me, and he told me he wanted me to be the one to break the story about Kai Greene. He wanted me to post it on my channel and generate a lot of talk, a lot of hype. He wanted me to post the story. He sent me a specific list of when to post it, what to say in the video, how to title the video, what tags to use. He gave me specific instructions on how to post the video. So he basically told Jerry Ward the same thing. He told Jerry he was going to be the one to break the story, but he told me to break it first. So when I broke the story on my YouTube channel, apparently this particular contact told Jerry, I don't know how he got the story. Someone must have leaked it to him. He wasn't supposed to know. He wasn't supposed to put this story out. So in Jerry's mind, you know, for the past year and a half, or however long it's been since the 2017 Olympia, he's had some pretty negative feelings towards me, and I don't blame him, because in his mind, I stole his story. In his mind, I ruined Super League. I leaked something that I wasn't supposed to leak, when in reality, Super League gave me this story and told me to post it. So when I saw Jerry's video, first I was just confused, because I had no idea what he was talking about. I didn't even know Jerry was affiliated with Super League. I had no idea he was even involved. So when he started talking about how I stole this Kai Greene story, how Kai Greene's manager somehow leaked it to me and I wasn't supposed to know, and how, you know, I just posted it for views and I only did it, you know, out of self-interest, I was just like, first I was confused, but then I got mad. I was like, no, none of this is even true. So my first instinct was, okay, I'm going to make a video about this and make Jerry look like an idiot. Because luckily for me, I saved all the text messages. But then I thought it over. I was like, you know what? This isn't Jerry's fault either. Jerry was obviously lied to. So he was just going off of what he thought was true. So I shouldn't make a video bashing Jerry. So I reached out to Jerry privately, and I sent him screenshots of all the conversations that I had with this particular contact at Super League, text messages, DMs, the whole 9 yards. And I saved those messages because specifically back when I had this conversation with this contact at Super League, they said something that kind of raised a red flag to me. He said, if anyone asks him about telling me this information, he's going to deny that he told me. Then he also said, don't be alarmed. You're going to see a lot of good cop, bad cop from me. And I didn't know what that meant, and I never knew what that meant. So I saved all those messages just in case, because I never knew exactly what that guy was talking about until now. Now I know exactly what he was talking about. So I reached out to Jerry privately. I messaged him. I said, look, I think we have a misunderstanding here. Super League told me to post this video. They wanted me to post this video. They sent me all the information. It didn't get leaked to me by anybody, you know, that was not involved. It was directly from Super League. So I've got to say I earned kind of a newfound respect for Jerry, because while I was mad at him when I saw his initial video, he was like, shit, man, I was wrong. We were both lied to. We both kind of got played here. And then he apologized to me, and he took down his previous video and he made a new video apologizing publicly. So, you know, I've got a lot of respect for that. I really appreciate that. And I just wanted to make sure I put it out there that I in no way leaked information that I wasn't supposed to leak. I was completely under the impression that Super League was okay with it. This was a guy that was, you know, a direct representative of Super League sending me this information, telling me to post it. I mean, the guy sent me a PDF copy of the contract that Kai Greene signed. So everything seemed legit to me. I had no question in my mind that this was a legitimate story. So typically, I don't make response videos when someone, you know, says something negative about me. Kenny KO was really the only exception to that rule. And I wasn't going to make a video in response to Jerry Ward. You know, but since we worked things out, I wanted to kind of explain it to you guys if you saw his video and you were wondering what was going on. And I just wanted to clear up the whole Super League thing, because I didn't want it to be out there that I somehow leaked something that I wasn't supposed to, because that was not the case at all. So I just wanted to make sure I cleared that up. So I have no issue with Jerry. As far as I know, he doesn't have an issue with me. So in my book, we're cool. There's no beef. There's no drama. So don't take it out on Jerry and don't hate on him for making that initial video about me, because I did see he got a lot of dislikes and a lot of hate on that first video that he made, which to some degree I do appreciate, because I was reading the comments on that first video, and a lot of you guys were saying, you know, that doesn't sound like something Nick would do, and you guys instantly assumed that I didn't do it, and you assumed correct. So I do appreciate that you guys had some faith in me that I wouldn't do something like that and leak a story that I wasn't supposed to. So I do appreciate you guys having my back. But thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys are enjoying these longer format style videos. It gives me a chance to kind of address some things that I wouldn't normally address and talk about topics that maybe wouldn't be worthy of an individual video, or maybe wouldn't warrant an individual video. So make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and want to see more videos like this. Thank you guys for watching. Nick Strength and Power signing out.